Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26. We are on day 14, and we are about to watch match number 2 of 5 in today's B Block series. We've got Katsuyori Shibata taking on YOSHI-HASHI, representative of Chaos here. And YOSHI-HASHI has been a bit of a surprise. I would say the surprise of the tournament so far. What would you think, John?
I would wholeheartedly agree with that assessment, partner.
And Shibata, on the other hand, has been a bit of a surprise the other way around in that he's taken some losses that he really shouldn't have, that we really weren't expecting him to. The kind of losses that somebody in his position trying to really break through that main event ceiling should not be taking.
Completely agree with you there. Shibata's definitely been oscillating a lot between dominance and just shocking upset losses. So we'll see if he can maintain the dominant half today.
He's always dominant. It's just a matter of whether he's the one that gets the winning pinfall or not.
Exactly.
So let's get ready to record, or not record, let's get ready to watch this here. We've got our time stamp on New Japan World set to 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 15 seconds. You can kind of see a nice little lighting setup for, I believe, Shibata, just as he finished making his entrance. And we will be hitting play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And Shibata backing into the corner. YOSHI-HASHI looking very game. And there's the bell. And immediately a shoulder block. Both of these guys with taped up shoulders. Shibata's right, YOSHI-HASHI's left.
Look at the balls on YOSHI-HASHI starting a strike battle already with the forearm. Shibata in the corner here. YOSHI-HASHI really laying in those forearms.
And it clearly took Shibata off guard because he's not responding immediately. He's kind of shocked.
Exactly. Now YOSHI-HASHI going to charge in the other corner. Shibata gets the boots up. There's a kick there right to the shoulder.
Almost like a little mini PK there.
Exactly. And I'll tell you.
We know he likes to do the big boot here.
And he got it. And sends YOSHI-HASHI right into the guardrail with such force.
Back first.
And Shibata, I mean, this is what you were talking about before the bell, partner, is that Shibata can be so aggressive, so dominant with those strikes. It's just a matter of keeping it all together for him to get the win as he sent YOSHI-HASHI into the guardrail again. And now a third time, going to send YOSHI-HASHI into the guardrail with such force, half of his body was out into the crowd.
Shibata is a dominant fighter, but he's not necessarily dominant on the win-loss record.
Exactly. And another stomp there on the bad arm of YOSHI-HASHI, the taped up shoulder.
Which really, I mean, as dominant as he is in his matches, it just doesn't match. He should have fewer losses. He shouldn't have lost to Toriano, that's for sure. He's taken some losses that really make you scratch your head, but now it looks like he's trying to set up for a figure four, and there it is, actually, figure four leg lock.
Beauteous form there by Shibata.
Actually, more of a figure P leg lock now that I'm seeing it.
Either way,
it doesn't matter. They're equally painful. It's the same hold. It's just mirrored.
Yeah, I was gonna say figure P is in pain because YOSHI-HASHI's still definitely in an excruciating position here.
How smart YOSHI-HASHI though, trying to hold the leg up to remove some of the pressure. That wouldn't have removed all of it. Really, the torque in this move is at the hips, not so much the legs. I mean, the legs pushing down on your leg definitely does hurt, but the hips of Shibata are what's going to cause the most pain because that pushing up is going to be what can potentially break YOSHI-HASHI's right knee here.
Exactly, and Shibata though doing a great job.
He's really cranking on it. Wow, that was just flat out mean. That was cruel by Shibata.
And Shibata, partner, doing an excellent job maintaining the hold. YOSHI-HASHI earlier trying to reverse the pressure. Now I think YOSHI-HASHI's going to concede. Shibata's got too much dominance in this hold. I'm just going to get to the ropes and force him to break it. And can YOSHI-HASHI do it? He is in such agony right now. And Shibata really targeting on that hold. Could the pressure be reversed again here? He does reverse the pressure. Now YOSHI-HASHI in the dominant position here. And Shibata. YOSHI-HASHI's either going to release it because he can't take it. Oh, Shibata reverses the leverage back.
Oh, and again, he had the hips lifted up there. But look at this. YOSHI-HASHI gets to the ropes.
Yeah, Shibata reversing the leverage there. YOSHI-HASHI in pain. He's favoring the leg there. So now you've got a taped up shoulder. Your leg's not in the best of shape. And Shibata's still on the attack. And he just stomps on the leg right there. And he's going to isolate the leg and he stomps on it again. So you've got a bad arm, a bad wheel in the leg. YOSHI-HASHI not in real fighting shape here. And Shibata another strike there, and another stomp, this time on the bad shoulder. This is almost like a modified Garvin stomp of sorts, but instead of going all around, Shibata's really just focusing on the affected areas. Kick in the midsection
And
there.
speaking of affected areas, let's not allow ourselves to forget both of these men dealing with shoulder injuries. And there, Shibata just kicked YOSHI-HASHI right in the bad shoulder.
Exactly, and now stomping on the leg some more. Good God. YOSHI-HASHI in a bad way here. And I'll tell you, partner, you're right. Shibata does have a taped up shoulder, but looking at this match, you wouldn't know it. I mean, the only way you would know it is because of the bandages Shibata's wearing, because he is just dominating YOSHI-HASHI right now. Now YOSHI-HASHI...
Yeah, and speaking on those bandages, that's not the only one he has. His left knee is also taped up, but you can't see it because he's wearing a knee pad over it.
That's true. I actually forgot about the leg, I guess because of the knee pad, which tells me that he's put himself and YOSHI-HASHI on a plane of equivalence. There's the low basement drop kick. Damn, Shibata is on point tonight.
But Shibata might, again, we were talking about Michael Elgin in that last match, maybe feeling a little bit too dominant. I kind of feel the same way about Shibata right now.
I can certainly understand that. There's a
half Nelson suplex.
Beautiful half Nelson suplex. Now going to go into the lateral press here, too. And a kick out there by YOSHI-HASHI. And now it all makes sense why Shibata further exacerbated the shoulder of YOSHI-HASHI and began targeting a leg. As I said, it puts them on a plane of equivalence, because I think Shibata's saying to himself, if I give a guy the same problems that I have, I can beat him. And that's probably his logic there. And YOSHI-HASHI with another knife edge chop. What do you think about the strategy?
YOSHI-HASHI has some nice chops, but you've got to take into account you're facing a guy much bigger than you, and it's much more difficult to cause damage with those chops, unless you've got Marufuji-like speed, which I don't think YOSHI-HASHI necessarily does.
I don't think he does either. And look at this forearm exchange. I was going to ask you what you feel about Shibata's strategy, but I don't know. I'd maybe stop paying dividends here if YOSHI-HASHI can rally back. There's a knife edge chop there to Shibata's chest again. YOSHI-HASHI off the ropes. Another boot, though, by Shibata.
I don't know if I would call it a strategy so much as I would call it projection.
Yeah.
I don't think Shibata came into this match thinking, I'm going to ravage his shoulder and knee so we're on an equal playing field. I think he's just doing it because that's what feels right to him at the moment.
And YOSHI-HASHI got off that desperation lariat. Got a lot of power behind it, but I think it's so apropos to call it the desperation lariat because YOSHI-HASHI immediately collapses after hitting it. He's never really capitalizes on it. And now YOSHI-HASHI going to regain vertical here. And
I think it might be meant to be YOSHI-HASHI's version of the Koji lariat.
Right.
But again, like you said, he only ever really hits it when he's extremely already exhausted and needs almost a break. Just kind of uses that to knock his opponent out long enough for him to catch his own breath.
Nice knife edge chop in the corner there by YOSHI-HASHI to Shibata. And now he's going to hang him
up
on the ropes.
Might not have been as fast as Marufuji, but that chop had so much more momentum behind it than Marufuji's usually do.
Exactly, and there's the drop kick. And now YOSHI-HASHI are going to go into the cover, hooks the leg. 2. Shibata kicks out.
Shibata literally kicked out at 2. I mean, a lot of the time when we see near falls, they get a lot closer than that. You'll see 1, 2 kick out, but that was 1, and then he kicked out as the ref's hand hit 2.
Could be a powerbomb here into the jackknife cover. There's the powerbomb. There's the jackknife cover. 2. Shibata kicks out.
That time Shibata took a little longer to kick out. It was a little bit after the ref's hand hit down for 2, so maybe he is getting worn down a little bit here.
Well, you figure with a powerbomb like that, the bad shoulder also has to hit the canvas.
YOSHI-HASHI. And now he hit the scoop slam. That means he's going to go for the senton. I don't know if Shibata will last long enough unconscious for him to hit this.
And he does. He moves out of the way there. And YOSHI-HASHI ate nothing but canvas there, and that's got to rack the back with pain. As Shibata
now YOSHI-HASHI and Shibata lined up on opposite corners of the ring. Shibata clearly wants to line him up for something.
Oh, YOSHI-HASHI caught the kick.
Attempted the shoot kick, but YOSHI-HASHI caught it, and then the forearm, and then the super kick.
And now, could it be the pump handle driver here? YOSHI-HASHI
karma. He calls that karma.
Exactly. Snapmare takeover.
Snapmare takeover.
Oh,
but look at this. Look at YOSHI-HASHI turning. Oh, and it looks almost like he's trying to go for that butterfly lock that he used earlier in the tournament.
And I think he's got it.
Again, it's very, very loose, though. He doesn't have it locked in very tightly.
I don't know if he can really get it locked in very tightly. We've noticed that as a common problem for YOSHI-HASHI. Maybe this is his limit. But regardless, that was an ingenious counter to the sleeper. Hey, maybe Kenny Omega should have thought of that. He fell victim to the sleeper a few days ago, and that was brutal. And YOSHI-HASHI, man, just really cranking on that butterfly lock. And Shibata, I wonder if Shibata's going to find a counter or if he's just going to get a limb on the rope. And I think it's going to be the latter in this case.
Yeah, he's fairly close to the rope with his right leg. He might be able to get there if he just squirms a little bit more. Might actually allow YOSHI-HASHI to lock this submission in a little bit deeper, but for the split second that it lasts, it's worth it. And yeah, there you can see, look at how much deeper his squirming to the rope made YOSHI-HASHI's submission locked in, but at the same time, it got him to the rope and it forced a break. So I think it was a worthwhile trade-off. And now, YOSHI-HASHI looked like he was going for a butterfly suplex there, but he catches Shibata with the forearm.
Exactly. And now another desperation layer there. Not often you see him hit 2-on-1 match. 2! Shibata kicks out. I think it's going to come down to a matter of whether YOSHI-HASHI has good karma or not, partner. If he hits that
and now
move.
heading up the top rope for a senton attempt again. He might actually hit this one. It seems like I almost called him Okada. Shibata is about out of it, and there he does hit it.
And I'm going to stack up the cover here. Hooks the leg, too. And a kick out by Shibata.
We've already seen him put, I believe, Nagata? No, he put someone away with that senton earlier in this tournament. I don't remember who it is, though.
I don't remember who it was either. That senton did do the damage. But again, as you said earlier, partner, and I think YOSHI-HASHI motioning here for karma. Can he get it this time? Shibata still resisting. They got him up a little bit. Shibata, though. Back elbow. Nice knee strike there. YOSHI-HASHI collapses, and now Shibata with the butterfly lock. Look at that. And what do you think about Shibata's form, partner?
He actually has it locked in properly.
Let's see if YOSHI-HASHI can survive. Can he do it here? Man, that one arm is bent behind the arm of Shibata, and the other arm's trying to reach out.
I know this looks painful to the arms, but this is actually more of a nerve hold akin to a Cobra clutch.
What a butterfly suplex there, released by Shibata. Lateral press, too. And YOSHI-HASHI, right into the sleeper. I love the fluidity of Shibata sometimes. Hold to hold to hold. And can YOSHI-HASHI counter the sleeper a second time here? If he fades,
that butterfly lock is basically a modified full Nelson. It's extremely painful. It condenses your neck and everything. And now there's the PK. That's going to be it. Shibata's going to get this win.
3 count.
And there it is. But yeah, that butterfly lock is basically a full Nelson applied from above. Because normally with a full Nelson, you're coming up from below and you're wrapping your hands around their arms, but the butterfly lock is a little bit more effective because you have a little bit more leverage on it.
Exactly.
But they both do the same thing. They're both nerve holds that can make the person's blood flow to their brain get cut off very quickly.
And let's talk about the brilliance of Shibata. You go from the butterfly lock to the butterfly suplex to the sleeper hold to the PK. Just a brilliant chain of offense from Shibata.
And that is what makes Shibata such an interesting prospect. He has so much just innate ability. And if he can just find a way to put it all together and really turn all these exceptional pieces into one whole that's comprehensive and actually works with itself, he might end up being an extremely dominant competitor. But so far, he hasn't quite been able to put it all together.
Not yet, but we'll see if he can soon, because I'll tell you, if he does, you're talking about an inevitable IWGP Heavyweight Champion for my money. And a great outing there from YOSHI-HASHI. But what tournament match do we have next, partner?
Our next tournament match is going to be Honma versus Nakajima. We got a preview of this in yesterday's tag match where Nakajima seemed to actually kind of seemed to take some things that Honma said personally.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to find out, can the lawful good of New Japan Pro Wrestling overcome the genius of the kick? We'll find out when we come back.
The genius of the kick, kind of like a chaotic good. He's not lawful. He's not averse to cheating or being cheap, I guess I should say. He didn't really technically cheat, but he's sort of a whatever it takes to win kind of guy.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned, people.